and it's popular with long haul truckers. It cooks food really slowly, but it does cook it. So I'm going to start a meatloaf. It's delicious, and it'll just cook as I'm driving around. When I stop, should be good to go. Meatloaf, some sides or something. So pick up some stuff, and we'll get this food started. Got everything I need for a really basic meatloaf. I'm just going to mix it up in a bag here. Put it right in the oven. Ground beef. Along with some panko in there. Of course, they all require ketchup. And one of these packages of onion soup mix. I feel foolish sitting here in the parking lot doing this, but it's normal. It's normal for my videos. We know what this is, but we're not going to try and say it. I think that should do it. I'll just mix this vigorously. I will form the meat into a loaf. Got it plugged in. Sadly, it doesn't have a light on it. And I got this from Canadian Tire. I've seen it for sale in like trucking stores for truck stops and stuff. Sometimes they have like CD radios and stuff and a bunch of trucking gear. These are in there because they are pretty handy. I've used them before. So I'll know if it's working shortly, soon enough. But I'm going to find somewhere to hang out, somewhere to park for the night, and somewhere hopefully with a view. Okay, they have just announced a snowfall warning. It was iffy on if it was going to happen or not, but what better way to see this than up a mountain road with no cell service? Let's go. I know of a spot. I'm hoping it's open. There's a burned out RV on the side of the road here. There's police tape on it, so they've been here. I really hope everybody was okay. Might have been their house, so it's not a good day for somebody. The way they're backed in with the snow around, it looks like they're probably living in there, hoping for the best.
Environment Canada has issued a snowfall warning for most of the island, as well as the northern Sunshine Coast. That includes our friends in Powell River and that area. And then as we head into Wednesday, the snow will continue into the morning.
I don't trust the campground is closed, but it looks like they opened up a new one, and that's unusual. They don't normally open up new campgrounds. I haven't seen a new campground in years, so it's going to be quite nice. It claims to be open, but everything seems to shut down here in the snow. Looks like they're plowing it, though, so that's a good sign for me. This is going to do just fine. Got some pretty good tires on here. They're 302s, and got them replaced. The other ones we had 80,000 kilometers on, which is about the warranty. I think that's 50,000 miles. First things first. All right. Since it's just me, I only have one of the seats folded down. It's one of these 60-40 split things, so it is pretty wide. It's wide enough for me. And there's some 1x6x12s, these pine boards, and I just got them shimmed up with some wooden stakes on the bottom there. And that levels it out, because the back of this does have a bit of an angle to it. Got this combination lamp / wireless phone charger, so I can chuck my phone on at night, and there we go, charging like nothing. I do have my lithium battery back here, 100 amp hour, a coffee maker, because they have these little hotel-sized ones now, and that'll be good for the morning, or maybe some Baileys and coffee tonight. Now back here, I've left this seat up, and I've got a little organizer here that I can store stuff in right by my head, so, you know, car keys go in there, anything I might need right away. And I found before when I put in a big mattress back here, it was hard to, get your shoes off and get outdoors. So this way I can actually take my shoes off, fall right back in here, and shut the door. These pods I got, the coffee pods, are 100% recyclable. That includes the whole thing. Lid made of paper, the rings made of coffee bean skins, I believe, and the filter is plant-based. So yeah, it's highly convenient, and it's something that doesn't ruin the environment too badly. All right. Cheers and happy step 2, everybody. It's pretty good for back of the car brewed coffee and Baileys, I have to say. There's only one other person in the campground, and that's the campground host, which is nice because if it does snow out here, I don't want to be the only one out here. I bet you they got Starlink or something out there because they seem to be really set up for the season. These are great sites. Like, if you beat, I'm sure there's more mountains above those clouds there, but there's a beach down there. I don't want to go too far because I got that fire convinced to burn finally, and I don't leave them too unattended. But there's some info right there on the park. Let me check that out. They got a pretty standard set of rules here, and yeah, there's nothing about a fee anywhere. So I think the legend is true. There are still some free campgrounds to be found, but in the winter they look like this, and in the summer, good luck finding a spot here. I'm sure of that. Little beach here, no lifeguard on duty, not a problem. I'm not going in, obviously. And it is a reservoir, hydroelectric reservoir. So it's up and down, you can see, with the snow melt and the power demand. However, the other campground was in the spillway of an earthfill dam, and this is a seismic area. So I can understand why they shut that down. Obviously, it wouldn't be the spot I'd want to be camping. But they've a little bit of driftwood here. I didn't see anything about using driftwood, but it might be fair game. I'm not sure. There's a little bridge over there. I'll check it out tomorrow if I can get there. I don't know if it's a road bridge or a rail bridge or a hiking trail bridge, but it warrants some investigation. Very quaint place, very quiet, nobody here. That's the way I like it. Back at the SUV camping is the gateway camping setup. Nothing here is permanently attached. It's all just sitting in here. Nothing's screwed down. Didn't have to pull any seats out or do any actual modifications. As a matter of fact, in 15 minutes, this can all be out of here and it can be a functioning vehicle again. And I have a lot of subscribers that don't go camping, some of them anyhow. They like to see the adventures and the nature, and it's beautiful. They're curious about camping, but where do you begin, right? This is where you begin. This is stuff you probably got at home. Just fold your seats down, and worst comes to worst, if it's cold, you don't like it, you get scared, make sure your fire's out and you haven't had any step 2s, and just drive back home again. And it's a good sense of security. Have a full tank of gas, which I do. Supplies in case you get stranded. I've got some extra canned goods, etc. that can get me through if I get snowed up here. And we'll see. No cell service, and there's that snowfall warning. I can't get the radar because there's no cell service, but listening to the radio in between shots here and trying to be as safe as possible. And the seat folds down here. There's a surprising amount of storage right underneath it. And I'll put camp chairs. And I got my drone under there. Unfortunately, this is a no drone zone. Not a single piece of snow falling yet. but that's going to change. There was not a single forecast that showed we'd escape snow. So just a matter of how much. I gotta say, I'm really enjoying not having cell service. It's like I can feel my blood pressure drop. My phone isn't dinging, there aren't any messages, there aren't any phone calls. So it's pretty relaxing. And the lake is so still that the cars coming down the highway, their lights reflect in the water, and they're glowing like the metal on the edge of the night. It smells like meatloaf in here. I had this thing plugged in to the Jackery, and that looks pretty cooked. I'll be sure with the thermometer. Where are we at? 165, 166 Fahrenheit, right in the middle of it. So, obviously I'm not just going to eat a pound of beef for dinner. I've got to put in some veggies. Green beans to the rescue. Just kind of cook them all there. I could cook these on the fire, but I'm really trying to do it all in the car to see how this actually might work.
We were Greater Victoria and the Fraser Valley. Snow overnight and Wednesday with highs around 0.
Dinner should be ready in no time here, which is great. I've seen a few bits of snow come, and that's to be expected. But I got through most of the evening without sitting here in the snow, so that's awesome. And finally, thankfully, the difficult holiday season has been over for me. I had that 100-day cough or whatever they call it, walking pneumonia, I don't know. But I'm feeling good, and all the distress of the holiday seasons aside, for me, 2 years running, now I can run away from my problems and go camping, which is really what I want to do. Young time has arrived. I wasn't sure if I'd be completely living out of my car on the side of the road somewhere in town, but keeping with the spirit of the endeavor, there's enough. You know what they say, vegetables are only supposed to be the size of a deck of cards. Let's see. How did this loaf turn out? Worked out okay, but it looks a bit juicy. I can say that. Oh, mutton meal, my car meal. Meatloaf is not bad. It tastes like an onion bird. Meatloaf even got nice and crispy on the bottom like that. Yeah, it worked out pretty good in that food warmer. Cooked it up right to perfect temperature. I'll have leftovers in case we get snowed in here. Snowstorm didn't show up, and I can't wait around all night. So I'm crawling to bed here. Looking pretty comfortable, pretty cozy. Just test out my theory on getting the shoes off and closing the door. It's half the battle. Phone in the receptacle here beside me. So phone is in. Door is closed. And just crawl right in here and somehow drive home this. Put the keys in the key compartment here. It's a really nice thing to have, because the amount of stuff you have in your pockets when you're doing this stuff can get lost and go missing. But all right, okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's looking pretty good here. Got I could charge my phone on there, and if I have my laptop set up, yeah, I can see that right here. I don't have anything downloaded to watch on my laptop, of course, but that's all right. I will crawl into bed here and get a little more comfortable. Well, I'm tucked in pretty good. That's kind of the side compartment there with my stuff in it and my shoes and some water down there. And I fit pretty good with this setup. The feet kind of touch the back. And of course, I'm 5'11" 3/4". So I could probably push this seat up a little more and bend it forward a little bit more. But really, this is not a problem. I don't have to sleep diagonally. That's actually not an option because I'm in this tiny little half of the bed. But yeah, I'm digging this setup. It's pretty nice. I always said from the moment I had to live in my car at one point that I'd never own another vehicle I couldn't live in if I needed to. And this is fitting the bill. It just needs to be, organized like this. You could probably do a bunch more stuff with blackout curtains and stuff. So this above light I can do that allows me to shut this guy off. And here, right above me, I got a little light switch. So I think this is great. See you guys in the night. Oh, good morning. That was not much of a snowstorm. There's maybe a few centimeters up there, maybe an inch. I don't know. Definitely not snowed in. I'll get up and check it out. Nothing to pack up, which is great. Sleep was amazing. I've never slept this organized feeling in a car. Nothing was sliding around. It was pretty level. It's comfortable. I got 2 layers of 3-inch foam in here, so it's surprisingly I can sleep on my side, no problem. This is great. And yeah, it was the day going. Okay, the half seat down setup totally wins. Just pulled over, got my shoes on, got my jacket on, keys in my pocket ready to go. A little water. And I can just walk right up the door. There we go. Fresh coat of snow. Got the ventilation going, just trying to get rid of this condensation. Beautiful day. I got a bridge to see if we can check out. These roads are barely passable. Not concerned about me, just the other drivers on the road. And yeah, maybe I'll have a coffee. Go. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad in the daytime, I'll say that. Get things ready for transportation. I don't need anything flying around. And this isn't permanently attached. I have some double-sided tape. I probably could get it attached, but easier to just do this while I'm driving. Doesn't go anywhere. You know, this doesn't roll around. It's fine. This smells nothing. This is easy driving. But let's see if we can get that bridge because it looked interesting, and I'm curious what it is. If it's a walking bridge or an old rail bridge or a logging bridge. So, see, the snowplow's been working today. He's come down that far. This road that goes to the bridge, it hasn't been plowed at all. It's like that. Should I try it? Yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, there's a gate. Looks like just a short hike down here, quarter mile each way, pretty level. And let's see the view of the reservoir from on that little trestle bridge. This has been way more than a quarter mile. You really don't want people to get here by the looks of it. The only way to that bridge is some severe bushwhacking, and there's ice under all this freshly fallen snow. But I found one of the coolest boondocking spots I've ever seen in my life. A couple of fire rings. Guessing that's why the gate's there. But yeah, people have obviously been camping here, and ta-da! All right, done my exercise today. Now, I've never seen anything like this roll across my inbox before. Ooh, that is very slippery. I gotta help out a guy in love. So, here goes. And I've got to thank the folks that have donated to the channel as well. There's going to be some belated ones here. I'm going to start with the most belated and go to the least belated because unfortunately I was down with the sickness for a bit and then had my holiday mental breakdown. So things are good now. I'm back from the gutter and excited about the future. So the snow should be gone in pretty much no time. Next week or so. And I really don't like stealth camping in the cold. I've done it. Believe me, you've seen it. And it's dangerous because you can't even carry enough gear to keep you properly warm. I'm thinking about moving out to the coast on a more permanent basis. I've been back and forth and kind of all over the country, and it's weighing on me not having a home base, you know. I have storage units, I have sea cans, I've got stuff in boxes all over the country, and I don't know. Got to a hotel, just I severely need a shower. I've been driving around for a few days, living out of the back of my car, kind of as I go. And that's good because there's internet here. I can get everything uploaded. And thanks for watching. I'm going to keep just driving and filming. I've got some basic stealth camping gear in my car because I only seem to use 3 things. The cot, that little tiny tent, and the hammock. So I've got them, little sleeping bag, and some camel netting and tarp. That's pretty much all I need for whatever I do. And I can kind of live out of the car as I'm doing this and get a lot more traveling done, find some spots. And thank you to everybody that's suggested spots, because I'm scrolling through those and trying to get them organized in a bit of a game plan and see which ones are going to work. So cheers, everybody. Thanks for following along. And if you lost your patience with me, but the rest of you that are going to stick around, more adventures to come. Cheers, everybody.
We all scream for cookies and cream. Z-Bar Bake Sale Collection, because adventure needs fuel.
Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. It looks like I got a trailer full of pallets, but let me tell you what, it's not pallets. So it's just the outside veneer of pallets. The inside is all hollow, and there's a camper in there. The camper gets a little taller where I'm sitting. I got a skylight in here from an old window. And there's some leakage because it is just pallets and a little bit of plastic wrap on it. And I got my security system. So this is surveillance 360 degrees around the camper I'm in right now. And that will let me know if there's any problems and when it's okay to open up that door to go outside. There's a small, modest electrical system in here that will do for what I need tonight. I can't cook in here with an open flame, obviously, because there's very little ventilation. And I'll hook up these lights as well to the battery. But I'll show you on the outside kind of what we've done. This door holds shut with a couple of magnets, one here, one over here. And when I'm in a parking lot getting in and out, I can just close that. But when I'm going down the road, I put another strap on the back to hold that all together. We got some bigger ratchet straps down there holding it together, but it's screwed together, so that's not going anywhere. Got these cameras put on with some pipe strapping, and we had to cover up some of the lights on it because at night it glows with a red light. That's not stealthy. Let's go test this thing out. That's not going anywhere. The trailer has a bit of a high center of gravity, so I put some extra tongue weight to be sure we're going to be safe. If anybody sees the trailer and actually believes it's pallets, they'll simply assume I'm en route to a bonfire somewhere. I scoped out this place, and I think this is going to do just great. Hardware store's gone out of business. Big empty parking lot that doesn't say a thing about overnight parking. Lots of light and amenities close by. It's a big difference. Yeah, this spot is pretty great. There is a busy highway on that side, but people are in a hurry, right? Closed down hardware store right here. Unfortunate, that was a good store. And everything in that little strip mall right there. A pet store, I can pick up treat for garbage, grocery store, 24-hour gas station, and a contemporary casual restaurant that I know is going to feature a bar, which is good because there's a hockey game on tonight. So, just going to kind of sneak in the back here. Well, let's get inside. Looks like everything survived the ride fairly nicely. I can actually keep this door open a little bit. Kind of a design flaw because somebody really could lock me in from the but really using this little scoop. All is clear on the cameras. Now that I can relax, this is the third time I've tried filming this video. Some videos seem a little bit cursed, where something always goes wrong, and the pipe is one of these videos where I think I've had to do that 4 or 5 times because there was something every time there was a wildfire or exploding mosquitoes or water or something. So this one, fingers crossed, third time's a charm. So I'm going to wander over to gas station first because that is going to be my restaurant, and I'm going to get dinner started here because it's a slow cooking meal. It'll take some time. Today I'm making a jambalaya and kind of throw it all in the fray. I'm just doing sausage in this one. I don't want to cook raw chicken, and I'm going to chop diced tomatoes, chicken broth, water, Holy Trinity. We got our celery, green pepper, onion, sausage, oregano, thyme, Cajun spice. So rice I'll add later on, but I'm gonna stir this up and I'll hook up the power, and hopefully it'll work this week. Set up for today, lithium iron phosphate battery and a power inverter. Now, the power inverter, that was the problem on the last one. It shorted out somehow and overcurrented the battery. And these lithium iron phosphate batteries are really good. They have like a battery controller computer inside of it, so that it shorts out when you draw too much current, it'll shut the battery off. And that was a lifesaver because if it was an overcurrent situation or short and I wanted to go to the gas station to get something, came back, it would be on fire, and I would be busted. Ooh. Perfect. All right, we're in the clear. One of the oversights on my part when I did the wiring for these lights is I didn't put a fuse that circuit of the battery. So I forget how sloppy the wiring in the walls may or may not be. But I'm just not going to hook it up. I might later if I need to, but I'm not going to sleep with that hooked up. And I'm not going to use it too much. We've got beautiful natural light coming in. The sun is up until 10 o'clock tonight. And if I turn on lights in here, it'll just shine out through there at night. So I'm getting a little comfortable in here. We've got slow cookers working, and I think I want to check out the gas station out there, and hockey game's coming on, so I'll probably wander back to that little up there and check out the game. Everything's cooking. I'm just gonna save some power on this system because I don't need it when I'm outside the vehicle. And I'm gonna put my laptop and my other stuff in the car because I can't really lock this thing when I'm not in it. These are all future upgrades. If I can get away with camping in this thing again without being recognized around the world. Okay. Real. Bingo. That works for me. All right, got everything tucked away, and I'm just going to wander into this power center. I can get all the hiking that I need and outdoor exercise right in this parking lot. Well, that's not good news. Last time I was out here, that washroom was functional and running, and this puts me in a predicament. There's that State and Main lounge over there. There's a Subway. There's a few other places that I can use the restroom. I just don't like to go in unless I'm buying something. Let's see. Guess we'll go hit that pub. All right, so I can just head in for a couple of bev ride. The puck is going to drop in half an hour. And then I'll head back to Pallet Town and check on things.
For the love of food, Ziploc.
Travel. It's gone from being an adventure to a checklist. But the world is still full of wonder. You just need a better way to find it. Introducing Airbnb experiences. Master ramen with an award-winning chef. Dive into underground jazz with a renowned bassist. Or see Notre Dame with her. She helped restore it, by the way. Don't just see a place. Experience it.
So, what do you think about the Jeep Wrangler?
Very spacious. Loving the Fathom Blue.
What are you going to use it for?
Voting international terrorism, saving the world. That's
Probably as groceries. Sorry, we just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we are very excited. Test drive?
No mission is impossible with a Jeep Wrangler.
So yeah, your typical contemporary casual restaurant. A lot of fusion food. Music is kind of loud in there. So I just nursed a beer for the first period of the hockey game. And I gotta go check on my food and do some hunkering down. There's a guy right back there sitting under the awning. He's enjoying a few beverages. And he would easily see me climb into the back of that camper there. So I'm just gonna try to wait it out here for a second. Hopefully he's gonna move on. That guy gave up. He left a few empties there. But last thing I need was the police rummaging around this parking lot. I'm trying to stealth camp here. See, he was right over there. Didn't suspect a thing, but we have to hunker down here. All right, we got one vehicle that's pulled up in front of us. Medical seems clear everywhere else, especially where that guy was sitting there. All right, let's stir this up and check on the stuff. Looks like it's coming along pretty good. I'm gonna get the hockey game going and just kind of watch it here for a little bit and let you guys know if anything cool happens on the cameras outside or if there's any problems, and we'll see you dump the race into this concoction. I think the rain has slowed down, which is good, but it's pretty cozy. I could say it's probably 7 Fahrenheit or 20 Celsius. Outside is closer to 9 Celsius, 50-ish Fahrenheit. But I'm going to head back to the lounge, put it dump this rice in now. It's on the last period of the hockey game tied up right now, so it's a good time to air conditioner in the morning. So, yes, we got lights on the subject here. Yeah. Looking around it, those cameras don't stand out too much to me, and I probably wouldn't think too much of it if I drove past it soon. Let's crawl back in. this is looking pretty good. Parking lot looks pretty quiet as well. I'm gonna set these lights up. These on a little bit because the outside lights come through here. Actually, the parking lot lights, they will light it up, kind of, but I don't think anybody's gonna see it because those lights are shining down on the whole parking lot. So there's nobody above us that's looking down. I think we're gonna be okay to turn on the light. So obviously these lights are going to be enjoyed sparingly. If I see anything around on cameras, I will adjust them accordingly. Like that. Practice stealth mode, but right now, I know that I'm in the clear, and I can switch to warm now. I really need to get over this. I really wish I could eat shellfish, but I got that allergy. It would be so easy to throw some shrimp and stuff like this in the crock pot for the tender cooking. Oh, that's hot.